calling this meeting to order. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Cosarelli?
Here.
De Peña? Graciano? Notary?
Here.
Ravel? Here. Stormy LeBurke? And Mayor Melham.
Here. Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sunshine Law.
Pursuant to the requirements of the Open Publics Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, known as the Sunshine Law, notice of the special meeting was published in the Friday, September 29, 2023 edition of the Star Ledger, and also it was published on Saturday, September 30th, also in the Star Ledger. The Sunshine Law was complied with by adopting and forwarding to the press, posting and filed with the municipal clerk, the annual special meeting notice, it's not the annual, the municipal clerk, with the special meeting notice showing the date, time, and place of this meeting. A copy of the special meeting notice has been posted on the township website and also on the bulletin board.
Okay, it appears that we are here for a public hearing on CY 2023 Municipal Budget, amended items only. The next item on the agenda is to pass a resolution to amend the 2023 Municipal Budget. Before we do so, Ann, do we have anybody that's going to explain what we're doing, or did you said somebody wanted to speak or explain
Well,
something?
I know,
Just need the microphone.
I just wanted to let everyone know Kevin was down at the county taxation today. The rate has been, the ratio is final. As you can see, I believe it went up.
Went down.
I'm sorry, went down 10%.
Just under.
And I just asked Kevin if anyone had any questions specifically about the ratio. If not, Frank can give us the executive summary of what we are about to vote on today.
Yeah, please.
Certainly, Mayor. This is the culmination, these pages that you have in front of you, the froms, tos, increases, or slash decreases, the culmination of the changes of anything from introduction to adoption. These are items that we proposed, that we needed locally, and also includes the items that Trenton insisted on. Primarily the two that they insist on this most recently is they would not let me reserve put a safety measure in for any over expenditures. They made me take that out. If you don't have them, you can't appropriate, you have to wait till next year to do that. I was just trying to put a safety net in there for $300,000 just in case when the audit comes around. And the second one was, I was hoping to hold off and defer our additional municipal relief aid of $671,000 for next year to sort of take down these one-time revenues, step down gradually instead of taking a big step. The answer was no, they want that all in this year's budget. Those two items, that decrease in appropriation and this increase in additional state aid is primarily what's bringing you down to now what's effectively a $47.39 increase on the average assessment.
So, back when we introduced in, I guess, March maybe,
Right.
we were looking at what we thought was about an $88
Right.
Tax increase on the municipal side. Then we thought we were going to tick it down a couple dollars into the low 80s.
Correct. The further along we went with you had a situation, long-term situation, and crept 7 months into 2022 of not really losing some realized revenues. As they were coming to our attention, we were adding them back and also applying the refunds where they were. That situation's been corrected. You still have to live with it for 7 months for 22. For 2023, it is gone. That is a 20-year bad habit that is out of the system. Running everything to what was called a claims fund. We ran 4 operations through one county, in and out. And you were missing a lot of postings. So therefore, you were missing a lot of, your reports weren't picking up a lot of revenues, of which you can anticipate against in the amount, not to exceed the prior year amount of cash. So as we were going along and digging and putting these things together, we were finding these other revenues and be able to lower appropriations. These two items I was hoping to save. This is how we got to the end. That got us down somewhat, and then, but these last two, they were not gonna budge on. This, I was hoping they would consider discretionary, they made the last two mandatory.
So now we're down to a tax increase of
$47.39.
$47 on the municipal side.
On the municipal
$47.
side, correct. And
So
you also used.
Almost half of what we thought it was gonna be.
Correct. You also used a 2% increase on the estimated, now we know what the school levy is going to be. We increased that by 2% for the purposes of our reserve for uncollected taxes. The county, we don't have the numbers yet, the county open space, we don't have the numbers, so we applied a little over 2% for those as well, concerned. So we also added $300,000 to your reserve for uncollected, when we do an accelerated tax sale. So basically, we're generating cash to create a hedge fund against appeals and other charges to operations that we never did before, and we'd have to take a hit. And at 12/31/21, ran your surplus down to zero. You close the year of 2022 now with over $7 million. Okay? And hopefully that will continue, and we won't be on a drawdown situation. We utilize, we also, if you get a chance to look at sheet 10 when this is being distributed, when we're all done, all these decade-long one-time revenues, these Hail Marys are been eliminated. They are out altogether. The only thing you should be left for 2024 is anything that I missed. We made an effort to pick up everything and clean up this thing in 1 year, but something could have got by us. That leaves 24. Anything that we didn't catch in 23, we'll fix in 24. But if you look at that sheet 10, all those Hail Marys are gone. Interfunds gone. All those stretches on library reimbursements and all that, gone. All eliminated.
Anybody else up here? Anybody? No? Steve?
Steve, you have anything for CFO? You have anything for Frank? You want to ask Frank anything to CFO?
So the public hearing comes first and then we
You
vote,
want
right?
to talk to Kevin? Kevin? No, I'm good.
Do you have any questions? Basically, as Anthony said, I was at...
If you could use the mic, Kevin, please.
Certainly, absolutely. I was at the Essex County Board of Taxation this morning for their monthly meeting. The ratios are basically distributed throughout the state on October 1st or the nearest day thereafter. Like many communities, our ratio has dropped. This year, we dropped less than 10%. So we will not
Just to
be-
clarify, is dropping a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, a drop in the ratio means that our property values are off the charts. Everybody knows the real estate market has been on fire for the last 3 years. Belleville is not any different than any other municipality throughout the state. The further we get away from 100%, however, eventually when you go below 85%, municipalities fall into what they call the potential of revaluation order. Now, our last reval was done in 18. We are not on the list for 27 or 28 just yet, but it's possible that next year they may consider one for 28 or 29. That's a long way off. I think we're in a comfortable spot right now. I think we just sit and watch and see how the market progresses.
So when you say that ratio below
85%.
which I'm looking at 3 different ones.
Okay, the actual adopted ratio is 73.94 is our 24 ratio.
Okay, so that's the director's ratio.
Correct, yes, yes. There's a range of ratios. Chapter 123 permits 15% over lower limits. So,
Oh, I see. So that's
Yes.
the lower end. Okay, perfect.
yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
Most of the towns on here
I'm sorry?
most of the towns on here are more than 15%.
Like I said, many towns, if you look, one of the cities, the city of Newark has a massive drop in their ratio, so they're going to be they're going to be on the receiving side of a pretty big increase on county tax dollars next year. So,
All right, so I guess now, do we need a motion to open public?
Make a motion. Well, you gotta do the resolution
This
first.
was the hearing, that's what I mean.
Oh.
No, I think we did the
We
hearing.
did the resolution already. We just have to do the hearing and then final down.
It's just a hearing right now, we're going to the public.
Right. So we are open, we don't have to vote to open it?
We have to take a vote.
All right, so let's do, just give me a motion to open the public hearing on the CY 23 municipal budget amendment.
Second.
We have a motion made and second to open the public hearing on the municipal budget amendments. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Cosarelli?
Yes.
Notari?
Yes.
Ravel?
Yes.
And Mayor Melham?
Yes. All right, we are open for public hearing on the 2023 municipal budget amended items only. Mr. Frank Antoni?
Good afternoon. I got two questions. Gentlemen, can you explain in more detail what that 20-year bad habit was?
Just talk to the microphone, please, Frank.
Yes. It's probably longer than 20 years. It's the use of a claims account where your current account or current fund items, grant items, general capital, trust, water operating, and water capital were all commingled and ran through one bank account, a claims account. All the incoming and the outgoing. And then at the end of the year at a later time, most of the time by your auditor, was separated. So you had a lot of, the requirement has been, you can't commingle those funds. They're statutorily required to be separate. So when they're processing through one account, you're not getting reports per fund the way you should be doing. In addition, you're not getting the state aid, the direct payments, the wires that come from the state of New Jersey, the EFT from Treasury, they're not being picked up, they weren't being booked. So you have to go in at the end of the year, we had to go in and individually go and take a tape of every item that came in, categorize it, and bring it along. So you get credit for, or you can anticipate a revenue that got wired in, but wasn't booked because of this process with this claims account. It has been eliminated in July of 2022, I'm sorry, August of 2022. So you're still gonna have, we still have some residual of our prior year realized, okay? One of the basic rules with miscellaneous revenues is you can't anticipate more than you realized in the prior year. So if you're only picking up, I'm gonna give you an example, $50,000 of hotel taxes, hotel fees, and the real number is $85,000 because you didn't book that other $35,000. You're shorting yourself. The ability to raise a miscellaneous revenue and cut down on your tax levy. So it was a ton of work, but it is out of the system now. And now the reports are on a real-time, fund-by-fund basis that you can pull your miscellaneous revenues. 2022 was half and half. 2023, you can press a button and have year-to-date revenues.
Okay, well, that's good to hear because I got involved in Belleville politics a year after I moved here.
So you did this?
What?
So you did this?
No, what happened, anticipated revenues was what attracted me. Some elders said to me, I didn't know, first time hearing, that they were wrongly placing stuff in anticipated revenues. So a lot of it is in the water department, said?
Well, it's the main ones for us. It's current, grants, general capital, trust, water operating, and water capital.
Okay, that may have contributed to our big increase in water rates.
No, that did not.
erroneously.
No, that did not. I can tell you that for sure.
Mr. Frantantoni?
My second one is, when you introduce the budget, every year I go down and get a copy of the budget, so I can understand where my tax dollars are going. This year was unbelievable. I came to a meeting and said about 60% of the pages were blank. Now after the meeting, can I get a copy of the budget with
Yeah,
everything
it'll be on
filled
the
in?
website. It'll be posted on the website.
That one there, but every page will be filled in.
Correct.
If you recall the public hearing, I told you I brought the
Yeah.
budget, it was
Yeah,
empty.
they were added subsequently as we.
So how could the public ask any questions on blank pages?
Well, you can.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I've got a copy of all budgets for 35, 40 years, and we always had, so I could ask intelligent questions based on the figures given me, and I got none this year.
Well, you can always ask them again now.
Okay, so hopefully we can start lowering taxes if we appropriate our money properly. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else for public comment?
Good afternoon, Michael Sheldon, 47 Polite Street. Mr. DiMaria just answered one of my questions, that the adopted budget, I assume the next few minutes this budget will be adopted.
Right.
It will be posted on the township website, hopefully within the next 20...
This afternoon sometime.
Okay. The other thing I wanted to ask of you, at the beginning of your presentation, you said you had some sort of executive summary showing the
It's the
changes.
resolution itself.
All right.
The resolution itself. Does he have a copy?
Okay, thank you. That saves me an Oprah request. Okay, thank you very much. That's all I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Anybody else for public comment? Any member of the public on the phone? Okay. Need a motion to close public hearing.
Make a motion. Second.
Motion made and seconded to close public hearing. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Cosarelli?
Yes.
Notari?
Yes.
Rovell?
Yeah.
And Mayor Melham?
Yes. Now I need a motion to put forth and adopt Resolution 94A-2023, adoption of CY 2023 municipal budget.
Motion. Second.
We have a motion made and second. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Cosarelli?
Yes.
Notari?
Yes.
Rovell?
Yeah.
And Mayor Melham?
Yes. Now, we're still in a public meeting, so we're going to have public commenting. I need a motion to open public commenting.
Second.
Motion made and second to open public commenting. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Cosarelli?
Yes.
Notari?
Yes.
Rovell?
Yeah.
And Mayor Melham?
Yes, we're now open for public commenting. Anybody has anything else to say today? Now will be your chance to come forward. Mr. Sheldon?
Hello again, Michael Sheldon, 47 Floyd Street. Obviously, we're all happy to hear that the municipal tax increase has been lowered further to only $47. But I wanted to ask, why did it take so long this year to get to this point? My understanding is that the DCA and Local Finance Board, they publish every December, they schedule a timetable for budget introduction, adoption. Municipalities were supposed to have adopted their 2023 budgets by the end of April of this, or the first regularly scheduled meeting thereafter. But, here we are, I think it's 155 days beyond May 1st, and we're just now adopting the budget. Why does it take so long for these things to be completed?
So I know there's a timeline to introduce, and we were basically there. We may have been a meeting or two behind that.
No, we were on time.
We were on time for introduction, which historically we're not. It's been now a couple of years that we're either on time or the first meeting thereafter. Then it really becomes a time, you got 500 municipalities introducing all at the same time, all going down to the state. State aid money was not known at that time yet. Those are just a few of the delays that I'm aware about. Maybe Mr. DiMaria can get deeper.
Mayor, it was the getting the miscellaneous revenues together compiled because of the situation with the claims account. The claims went through to July. Basically, we had to go through 7 months and summarize the cash receipts from back to January.
Obviously, you're still doing, hopefully have now finished a big cleanup and reorganization
So
process.
2023 is different. 2023 is completely the new set of
Hope that from
procedure.
this point on, we...
I don't doubt it.
we'll be just out of curiosity, I just took a look to see where our sister Essex County communities, when they adopted their budgets. Just very quickly, Bloomfield was May 22nd, Caldwell was September 19th, Cedar Grove was April 3rd, Essex Fells was April 5th, Fairfield was September 5th, Glen Ridge did theirs on April 10th, Livingston was April 24th, Maplewood was the 19th of September, Milburn, April 18th, Montclair, May 16th, Newark, August 2nd, Nutley, June 20th, Orange, May 2nd, Roseland, April 18th, South Orange, April 10th, Verona, April 10th, and West Orange, August 22nd. Admittedly, a number of these communities didn't get their adopted budgets in place until the latter part of the summer, but many of them were fully compliant with the DCA LFB schedule and having gotten their budgets done before the end of April. So I hope next year, unfortunately, Belleville is one of the, I think maybe the last, the only town that I couldn't confirm was Irvington. Irvington doesn't really seem to post their budgets anymore on their municipal website, but it looks like we were the last of the Essex County communities this year to adopt their budgets. I just hope next year we're not in that same position. I hope next year we're with most of the other communities and have our budget adopted before the end of April.
I hope so too.
Okay, very good. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Anybody else in public comment? Mr. Frantantoni?
one little issue. 5 months, I no longer operate a business on Washington Avenue. However, after 50, I'm still getting calls from some of my older customers. The complaint is the meters, why we're not accepting coins. These people go in for an hour. Now, I've asked before, you told me everybody that Kearney, Bloomfield, Montclair, 2 weeks ago, we're not deep in Montclair, we're able to put quarters in there. They all accept coins. So I respectfully ask that we give that, my wife and I fought against some muni meters to get these meters that accepted everything like they did down in Tom's River where we own property. But now, we put those meters in, and then a month or two later, we blocked off the coin thing. People are complaining about that. And all our neighboring towns accept them, and especially you guys went for takeout order. You want to go, you put a quarter for 15 minutes. Why you gotta use your credit card and then pay the other fee? So please, let's take them blanks off the meters and allow people to put coin in. And I don't want to hear it's more efficient and everything because all our neighbors, contrary to what you said at a public meeting, Mr. Mayor, that all the other towns are restricted, that is not true. They all accept coins.
Thank you. Anybody else in public comment? No? Entertain a motion to close the public commenting portion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion made and second to close the public portion. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Cosarelli?
Yes.
Notari?
Yes.
Robel?
Yes.
And Mayor Melham?
Yes. That's it. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion made and second. Clerk call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye. Any abstain? Nope. Thank you. We are adjourned.